Hello students, I Ajinkya from Commerce Department. Today we are going to learn our next topic, which is interview skills and technique under the business communication subject. So when we are going to start our interview, what are the qualities which is going to be required that we are going to be see. First of all, we are going to see what are the contents which is going to be included in today's lecture. So the contents are, we are going to learn about interview, definition of interview, types of interview, then preparation for interview, performance during and after the interview, some of the important tips for interview, then do's and don'ts of interview, what are the frequently asked questions in interview, and important job sites which is going to help you to get updates and information about different jobs vacancies. Okay, starting with our first point, which is interview. So what is interview? So interview is just a kind of meeting between two experts regarding the particular subject, or it is going to be arrangement to examine the suitable knowledge and suitable candidate for a particular post. The examination will going to be known as interview, or it is a test for the subject knowledge, skills, and the desired behavior in very limited time that we are going to be seeing in the interview. Interview is nothing but when the meeting between two peoples, or there can be the panel which is going to be examine the different things or different knowledge, ability and suitability for the particular post. Okay, next we are going to know about the type of interview. So the very first type, which is the panel interview, where three or more experts will going to be sit across the table for the candidate. Means there will be the group of the people who are going to examine and ask the questions to check the knowledge and suitability of the candidate who is going to be face the interview, who is willing to get a job or particular objective of that interview is going to be faced. Then second type of interview will be going to be the face to face interview, where there is a one will be the interviewer and second will be the interview, who is going to be take the interview of that candidate to check the knowledge, suitability and other required objective for the particular interview. Then there will be the informal in nature. The generally the information about a candidate is going to be asked. Such type of natures will going to be considered as the interview, informal interview. Then there is a less this one between the interviewer and the candidate, less stressful or relaxed environment compared to be the panel interview. There are the some of the normals or unofficial interview, where the interview is going to be mostly informal in natures, but the information which is going to be exchanged, the quality is going to be checked by the panels. Such type of different types of interview are going to be conducted for a different levels as per the organizations or as per the requirement of a particular post. Then the candidate or interviewer should know the knowledge about the main products and services of a company or organization. Then their annual sales should be known, profit and dividends of the company. If it is going to be the huge large company, what is their annual sales, what are the profit of their companies, what are the balance sheets, and what the dividend and corporate actions they are going to be do. It has to be get knowledge to the candidate for a particular post. Then we are going to say the competitors. The candidate should know the rivals and the competitors which is going to be doing the same business of the same product into the market. What are the advantages and the disadvantages of the competitors should be going to be known to the candidate. Then their area of operation, the person who is going to get a job, it has should know that in which area he is or she is going to be get a particular job. The organization, what is the industry in which the company is going to be work, what are the products, and all the information, such type of information should going to be take before the interview is going to be faced. Then there are the last, what are the new actions, new product is going to be launched, new services is going to be launched, whether the company is going to be doing a new experiment and the research. If there is a product that should be known to the candidate before going to the face the interview. Such are the few points that the knowledge of such points is very much important. Then we know about a non-verbal or a body language. So what are the body language or the non-verbal combination? As we know that the first impression is a last impression. So your physical appearance and your gestures and the postures play very much important role when you go to the interview. Before you are going to be interview, your physical appearance will going to be show how the candidate can be or could be, as it will going to be create some of a prior assumption in the mind of the interviewer. So the sitting positions, the positions of the sitting, it should be erect position. You cannot going to be lie on the particular desk. You cannot put your weight on desk, or you cannot going to be inclined on the chair. You should sit in a straight and erect position, but it should be not the particularly rigidness. You should be comfortable with the when you are going to be face the interview. The interviewer should know that the person is sitting at a erect position, but he is comfortable. It is not like that you are stiff and tense, because ultimately that stiffness and the tenseness will going to be transferred to your interview, and your interview cannot going to be go smoother and easily. Always make an eye contact when speaking, but you cannot going to be stare the person. You should make an eye contact. There will be the one person you should talk, but in a face to face conversation you cannot going to be look down and here and where. Whenever you are going to be asked the question, try to do the face to face eye contact with him, but do not stare the particular. It will again going to be create a awkward situation. And then the your hand movement, try to restrict your hand movement. You cannot going to be wave your hands and the shakes, and when you are going to be explaining, it should be a stable. If you not, try to make a cross of it, so that the hand movement will going to be restricted, because the your expressions and the particular thing can going to be create the disaster, or it is going to be distraction from your answers and the questions. Then the when we are going to be see about the physical appearance, the dress and outlook play a very important role. So what should be going to be wear? So it for the men's and the women's there are the different outfits, but the formal dress is considered very much normally. So when it is a formal dress code, the decent colors should be going to be used. Hmm? Then the well groom. If there is a well groom, your head should be well combed. There should be no fancy jewelry mm, in your hands, in your necklace, earrings. Girls also. If boys there is a beard, it should be well trimmed and in a particular shape. If you are keeping the beard, otherwise the clean shave is going to be very good. Then you will never going to get a second chance, because the first impression will be going to be there. So when you are going to be going for the preparation, use a decent colored dresses, well groomed. You should going to be there, and the dress should be more comfortable. It should not be too tight or too loose. It should be a decent and it should be comfortable. You should feel comfortable in that dress code, because if there is a too tight, you will going to be feel uneasiness and the rigidness, stiffness in it. Other ultimately your focus will going to be changed from interview to the particular dresses, and if it is too loose and it is going to be shabby, so it is not create a good impression of you. It should be well dressed person like it. The access, the jewelry and other accessory which is going to be used, it should be the decent or minimum accessories should be simple watch, simple jewelry if is going to be there. Otherwise, try to avoid the wear of jewelry. And perfumes or a scent, it should be a decent or better it if you are not going to be uh, doing a particular perfume or other factors. Try to do not use the perfume, but if there is a body odors, try to use a decent scent, perfumes, deodorant, and other things. Then do's, what are the activities that has to be performed at the time of interview? Do a practice run to the location where you are going to have the interview. What is the practice run? That before the interview time, you should at least 1 day, 2 day prior try to identify where the office is, what is the location of that office. It is going to be in area, because at the time of interview you should going to be reach uh, before the time. You should know the habituality and your situation will be more relaxed and straightforward. If you are, do not know the address and the locations, and in the time of interview you are going to be try to hunt for the interview place, and you will going to make a calls, and you will going to be get tired, and your focus and energy will going to be unlessly wasted in that time. So the practice run and the location should be going to be habitual for you. Then if presenting a job application, do not, if you are going to be failed, the interviewer has given you the application form for presenting your job application. Try to fill that application form neatly with a clear handwriting, neatly without mistakes, without errors, and understandable. So it is going to make a good impression of you. If it is going to be the shabby handwriting, or it will going to be page will going to be get folded, or page get going to be the shabby, there will be such type of things will not going to be acceptable. The mistake should not be going to be, try to fill it carefully and correctly only. Then bring the extra resume copies. If you are going to be going for the interview, always keep 2 or 3 more in resume copy, because if there is a will be the panel of more than 2 or 3 persons, you can give your resume copy to them separately, so that they can read it personally, and your time will going to be prepared. It is show that you are well prepared for interview. Then always do a greeting to the interviewer and shake hand firmly. There should be the firm shake hand should be going to be there. And always, whatever the situation it will be, if it is morning, try to wish good morning. If afternoon, good afternoon. Evening, you are going to wish good evening. Always greet the interviewer and shake your hand with him. Handshake is going to be firm. It should not be too loose, or it should not be too light. And wait until the office sirs will going to be offer you the chair. Wait for them to sit, or if it is not forgotten, ask them, can I sit for the interview? Never go and directly sit on a particular interview chair. Then we are going to see about don'ts. So what are the don'ts you cannot going to do? Avoid the conversational topic. So controversial topics will going to be affect a negative information, because the interview you cannot going to be judge the interviewer whether it is going to accept that point. So there are the debatable questions or the topic. Try to avoid that question. Never lie. Answer your whatever the questions is going to be asked by the interviewer. Always speak truth frankly and successfully. If you are not knowing the answer, please be polite and say, sorry sir, I don't know about a particular thing. Next time I going to be read and take information about that point. Never try to give your answers as a fake or wrong answer, because the interviewer can easily catch you. Then don't say any negative about your former or a previous company, supervisors, employees, and colleagues, or company. Never say any bad words or the negative thing about your previous job companies. Don't questions as yes or no. Never answer the question in yes and no. If there is a situation, explain if why yes and why no. It should be going to be there. And when you are going to be describe yourself, they have to give the example, talent, skills, determinations. Show them that you know the particular thing. Whatever the situation will be going to there, the answer should be in a brief only. It should not be short or one words, yes and no. If you are going to give the answer as a yes, then why the yes is going to be there, and if you are answering as a no, then why it is no. That has to be well explained. Then there are the fun few points which is going to be there. They never ask your salary, vacation, bonus, retirement, and other benefit which is going to be offered by a interviewer until and unless you are going to be given an offer or you having the job application letter, or they ask you that what are your salary expectations and all thing. It will be going to be after the selection, the interviewer and the HR round will going to be take place, where you can do the negotiations and such type thing. But in a personal interview or prior to be interview, prior to be get selected for a particular job, never ask such type of questions. Don't bring up a discussion the personal issue and the personal topic about a family matters and family problem in a interview time. Don't say about your past history, because you are going whatever the past history about your jobs and applications you have already given to him, so he can read in your curriculum better, which is the CV and the resumes. Then after your interview, whenever the interview is going to be there, always greet him, that thanking for calling for the interview, thank for giving him the opportunity to face a particular experience. If you are selected or not selected, still you are going to be given by the interview, by the letter, or you either phone call or a message or mail, you are going to be, because it indicates that you are looking for, you are interested in a particular job, and you are sincerely willing to do the particular job. It show your dedication for the company and your protocols hierarchy. So always greet and say thankful. Be grateful for the particular interview. It is very much important to be grateful. Okay, these are the few of the questions may or frequently asked questions in an interview. So tell me about yourself. The type of question is going to be there. Like introduce yourself. Tell me about yourself. Why did you leave your previous job? Why you are resigned from your previous job, or why you are want to switch your company? Such type of questions are frequently asked. Then short of your job looking for, what type of job you are looking for, uh, what is your job profiles, what you think good about a particular job, your strength, your weaknesses, uh, what will you are offer if you are accepted the job, what do you know about a company products and all. Take, if you take this job, how long you will going to be stay. Then what are you are too young, do not you think that you are too young, old, or inexperienced? Such type of questions are frequently asked. So be prepared with the answers of such questions. There are the few of the all the questions the interview will going to pass. As your interview is never going to be planned by the interviewer, he never take a question list with him. Your interview is going to be guided by your answers only. You are the person who is going to be decide what the interview will going to be held, in which direction the interview will going to be gone. If you are well prepared, you can plan your interview before the interviewer going to be asked your questions. As the interviewer will going to be asked the question depends on your previous question answer. So what has to be give the answer, and from that answer, what will the next question can interviewer ask, it is going to be decided by you. So every candidate can plan his interview by her or himself. There are the some of the other exempted questions that the interviewer going to be asked. You can well prepare these answers prior to interview. So what are the prior answers can we going to be see? So tell me about yourself. So when the tell me about yourself, The main often question is asked in interview. So what you have to tell? You have to tell about your academics record, your skills, your qualifications, your hobbies, your job interests, uh, about a particular position. Talk about what you had done in your previous job. What was the position? What was the job description? What was your role in it? It is going to be well prepared, and it should be minimum 3 to 5 minutes. The time you have going to be take to introduce yourself. Make a brief introduction of yourself. All the system, your job profiles. If you are having the experience, tell about your previous job. What was the role? What is your performance? How what was your conditions? Then tell about your qualification, what you have learned, from where you have learned, if there are the reputed college and the school from which you have studied. Try to give your names also, the year of passings, then the skills you have, the soft skills you have, the hard skills you are going to be having, the uh, achievement in your previous job or in your college life. Such type of things you are going to be given in introduce yourself or tell me about yourself. Then what do you think you do to get a job? So when you are going to be asked such type of question, the the best way to say general and say some like thing, that job where I love to work, like the people can contribute more to the company, the job which is challenging, the job which give me a opportunity to provoke the knowledge and skills. Such type of answers are generally accepted. So that generally the people say that why should they hire you? What why should they give the particular job or a profile to you only apart from the other people, as all the Tom Dick Harry will going to have the same qualifications and the skills. So what is apart from them? So generally they are know that you having the expertise in the particular position, you have work already in it, you have the knowledge skills about it, it will be the challenging, you will going to be do better than others. Such type of answers are going to be accepted in this slide. Then, what appeal do you think about a job? So you have to tell about your knowledge, skill, hardworking, learning, uh, the decision making power, skills. What are the soft skills you are going to have? You having the heights to achieve the learn new things, work hard. You will going to be trust in the knowledge. You will going to learn new things. You will going to do the things in a better way. Performance. There will be the interpersonal relationship will be going to be there. You having the critical thinking ability. You will going to having the problem solving skills. Such type of answers can going to be acceptable in the slides. Then what are your strengths? So when you are going to be say about your strength, you should say about your subject related strength. Yeah, if you are being in the commerce background, you should know about accounting, taxations, and all such type of things. Management, marketing, administrations, banking. You are having the subject related and job related skills as your strength. Then you should be know having the ability to prioritize the things. So which work should be done priorly. After that, what work should be going to be done. Problem solving skills you are having, critical thinking ability you are having, you can able to work in the stress or ability to work under the pressure. If there will be the pressure has been given the stress, and you will can perform better under such type of situation. Then you having the ability to focus on the work, your focus skill, that if you are allocated the particular task and the project, you will going to be complete that project in one go. You will not going to be sit relax until and unless the project is going to be completed. Then your professional expertise, leadership quality, team leadership quality, teamwork ability, positive attitude, such type of strength can be going to be mentioned by the candidate. Then what are your weaknesses? So when we are going to be say about your weaknesses, in which you have to explain the weakness as your strength, because if the organization are going to say that such kind of candidate is going to be having the weaknesses, they will not going to be hire. But if every candidate has some of the weaknesses, so you have to plan your weaknesses or identify weaknesses, that you are working on that weaknesses, or that weakness is not going to be affect the business of an company, or it is nothing to do with the company's business or a profit or a particular job position. Always explain that the working ability you are having there for the weaknesses. You are, if you are having the genuine impression, what are the activities you are performing to overcome from that weakness. Also explain that. For example, I will committed my work, whatever the work which is going to be assigned to me, I am committed to that. So if and unless my co-worker are not working up properly, I get affected and it can going to be damage our interpersonal relationship, but the outcome of that work will be going to be satisfied. The team leadership qualities are going to be explained. You are going to motivate your team leaders, you are going to be help them to work, because you are focused with your project, and you should do your project by anyhow, whether the team leaders are supporting you or not supporting you. Such type of thing, or other are the weaknesses, it should be going to be mentioned properly, correctly, and what are the precautionary measures, what are the steps you are taking to overcome your weakness, that has to be explained. So next slide we are going to be see about, would you accept this job if we offer you? So when the such type of questions, always say a yes. Most of the time you are going to be say the yes, and certainly accept the job for the best of the company and organizations, because you have faced the interview, you have followed the interview process, because and until and unless we was willing to get a job, you are not going to be go for the particular job interview. Because if you are going to be say the no, then try the explain the genuine reason why you are saying the no, because the interviewer or the company has put their efforts, time, resources for the particular selection of the candidate, and you are going to be there for the interview. So it is assumed that you are going to get an interview, you are willing to get an interview for selection of that candidate. So if you are saying no, there should be a genuine reason that you are going to get a additional job opportunity, or you are having the higher already by the second company with the higher packages and better positions and such type of thing. Because there are the chances that you are going to give the multiple interview at a short duration of time. So the process of interview or selection can be going to be there. Then, what do you know about this company? Such kind of question. So you should know about their website, their key person, the founders, foundation, the industry in which the company is working, the company, key person, the financials, budget, their financial statements, their agenda, their product, their services, their location, number of employees working in the company, their company's future plan, locations, and their unique or special details. Such type of information you should know about a company. Their services is going to starting year, founders, current their key person, the managing director, their CEO, finance officers, HRs, and other key persons should be going to be known. And what are the major decision they are going to be taken? Such type of information you can easily going to be get from their website, and you should know about their websites and all. Always visit their website and take such type of information before going to for interview. Never say that we don't know about a company or a job profile and all. You should take a proper information before going. It shows your dedication and sincerity that you are really willing to get a job in that company. You are putting your extra effort for that. Next, then we are going to see that if you taken his job, how long you can going to be serve the company or stay in the company. So you should stay set a high standard for yourself and a meeting them. So when we are going to say the high standard and the meeting the particular thing, that you will going to be get into the job profile, and you can going to be stay with the company until and unless you see the success of the company with your personal growth and achievement. This type of answers can be going to be accepted. Your outcome are the success to them about a stay in the company. Ultimately, company will going to be give you the promotions, increments, salaries, and a successful company is going to be grow. That much you are going to be stay. So type of decent answers and the polite answers will going to be acceptable in the interview. And these are the some of the questions we're going to answer. Do you think that you may be too old or too young or inexperienced in a particular for a particular job? So always I admit that the situation, never be the fake or say or contribute with the interviewer. I accept that you are having the young for the particular experience, you are having the inexperience as you are fresher, but admit it and explain that your achievements and the skills, academic qualifications, strength, that you are better than the experience or a old person. Why you should be get selected? Your strength has to be explained with politeness. Admit that what are the yes, I am precious, but I having the extra knowledge. I having the recent technical knowledge. I having the recent knowledge about what are the situation which the experienced person cannot going to be utilized for it. Being a experienced person, never compare yourself with others, but explain the yourself that why you are going to be selected than an experienced person. Then these are the some of the important job site on which you can going to be know about the job vacancy in a different post, and you can able to apply from that different site. It is naukri.com, then times job, then I am interested computer job, jobs ahead, total jobs, digital boomi, science job, career, cyber medication, career building, computer work, hot job, Yahoo, top job, jobs, bank job. There are the few of the most site, but these are the importance and the popular site on which the vacancies are going to be displayed. And you can visit that website and try to get a job profile of your expertise or your area. There are different types of job website in which you can get a job, and there are the some of the website where the job profiles which is going to be there and the job description is going to be there. So always going to, when you are going to be go for the job, learn about the job profile, that what is the profile they are offering you, and what is the job description, that what is the role on that profile you have to do. It is going to be there. You should know, having the clear knowledge about the particular company, job profile, job descriptions, and designation which is going to be offered to you. Hope you are understand the particular interview skills and technique. Thank you.